What's up, everybody? So this is the demo video for the Phoenix props hero that I did. Um, so let's get started. This comes with um, the original Phoenix props hero, and then you've got a nice plaque here. It also is going to come with the Allen key for the emitter. You have the static pommel and the vented pommel. You're going to have two of these batteries with the quick connect design, and this is a little pulley that you can use to pull them in and out, and so you can remember which one maybe next in line for charging. I did different color pulleys, so kind of help, maybe one's not charged and then this one would be. The other one is in the saber. So now this is one of the display boxes that I designed. This can be included in the purchase. You don't have to get it. You can get the hilt all on its own if you would like. It is going to come with a leg stand, so you can open it up, and then you can have it sit right about here on the leg stand, the clear leg stand. You might have seen that in the photos I post in the groups. It's also going to come with this microfiber cloth. I have seen somebody even close it, put the stand on here, and then display it kind of like that, which I thought was pretty cool too. And it comes with a really cool 3D printed Jedi logo pendant. And it's got some glass accents on it, which you can't quite appreciate until you kind of see it live or in a video like this. Photos don't show like those shiny glass accents. Kind of a cool, possible like Old Republic design. So you've got your Phoenix props hero, and I decided to go a little bold on this one and do a weathering job on it. And I'll try not to move like super fast all the time, so you can kind of get a good look at it. Sometimes I can move around too much in my videos. This is a custom plug, and I'll show you when it lights up. It's a full Neopixel install. You got a Goth 3D chassis, part 1 and then part 2 for the crystal chamber. You've got a 24 millimeter removable bass speaker by Smugglers Outpost. You have two of the 18650 removable and rechargeable batteries. You've got your high amp kill switch in the crystal chamber section, so you don't have to undo the pommel, take the speaker out, flip the kill switch, put the speaker back in, put the pommel back on just to turn it on. All you gotta do is unscrew this, pop the switch, and you're good to go. It's Proffie 2.2. It's got 6 character fonts on it. 3 of them are from 2 of them are from KSith, and 3 of them are from Kyberphonics. You have, what else you got? You've got up in here, this comes with 2 Shtok Pcbs that are short pin with his LEDs on them, one at the top of the crystal chamber in here, and then one in the emitter. And then you have a blade side from Shtok in here that makes the connection there. And then you're also going to have a 34-inch Neopixel blade in Photon Green, so it can be fun as a day blade. Hang on, I'm just grabbing it for you. And it's got the bullet tip, and let's see if I can angle it here without bumping anything. It's a recessed for extra strength, and you have your Shtok Bladeside PCB with onboard LEDs, so there's no like shadow at the emitter. And I will display that in this video in a minute. Okay, so you got your switches up here. You got your power switch at the top, aux switch at the bottom here. Neopixel blinkies as well, so they are also going to color change. Crystal chamber is Neopixel, so it's also going to color change, and I will show you how to do that. So I did some weathering to the chassis, the crystal chamber chassis as well, just to kind of match a little bit with the hilt itself. But I did originally have it a little too weathered, I thought. I redid it a little bit and lessened the weathering. It's got some metal in here. You've got here these aluminum chunks of pipe right there. You've got these metal fins. You've got your copper wires. These really cool little metal greeblies right there and right there. There's one down in there, one right there as well. Some brass rods here. And also the kill switch is right there. Depending on your finger, you might be able to reach it, you might not. Pretty good use for the retention Allen wrench would be to just kind of pop it right there with that. And then also what's really nice, I put the recharge port up here in the crystal chamber because this chassis would have been having it down here with the kill switch, and you'd have to take the speaker out to also then recharge it too. So a lot of hassle that I wanted to change. There technically isn't a normal chassis out there that really offers all of that, at least that I'm aware of for this hilt. You're also going to get the TCSS smart charger included in here with the 1.5 millimeter adapter. And when you're ready to charge, you just unscrew the grenade section and then you just pop it right in there, and it will show green. Even if it shows green when it's saying it's charged, I would still leave this on for a few hours, like 4 to 6 hours, because it's a smart charger. It won't overcharge. And if it's red, like solid red, it means the battery's really dead, and obviously leave it on. If it's flashing, it usually will mean that you didn't push this in all the way. And when you're doing that, I recommend just kind of placing a finger here, and then just kind of boop like that, and then pop it out. So as you can see, there's still some space. It's never gonna really go full flush. Okay, then there's your Shtok pixel connector, pogo connector with the LEDs. And yeah, let's fire this up. So kill switch right there.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Now, if you didn't have that kill switch, if you didn't use the battery for a while, it could just drain on its own. But now that since you have a kill switch, you're really kind of good to go. So, actually, you know what? Before I power this up, let me show you the battery and speaker stuff. So again, you have your vented pommel, and then you have your static pommel. You can leave the speaker in with either of them. There's space for it. And then there's your 24mm Smugglers Outpost speaker. I put this little pulley on there, and you could just pop her right out. And the connector, the female connector, is right there on the side. Now it's going to take some practice kind of lining them up. Don't, force it. Just kind of take your time, and if you're unsure, you can just go over here, pop the kill switch. If you don't hear anything, it means it didn't plug in. So just kind of, take your time. And then really, when you see the speaker get flush like this with the base of the body, see that? It's going to be in. Watch. Let's test it.
I am a Jedi,
See?
like my father before me.
So, there's that. Now, there's the other battery. So, if you can, see if I can get it to focus. If you can see, there's the little pulley on it, and you can extend it out, and then just slide it right out. I tried to get the connector, if you can, yeah, I think, let's see, yeah, there it is. So if you could see them, they're right there. You see the two little pins? Let's see if I can get it to focus. Well, anyway, it's right there, so you want to kind of line it up, Let's see, I'll demonstrate the other, because you already saw it, the other one works. So I'll demonstrate this one. So you got to kind of look and see. If you see the pin, it means it's not lined up. So you want to, if you don't get it, like if it sits even like out of the chassis like this, it's not in. It's actually going to sink in a little further. So, and don't put too much pressure. You don't want to pop the chassis out. Just kind of pull it back, maybe, twist it a little bit after you pull it back, or twist it whichever direction you need to. And it will take some practice and patience. There you go. So if you can see, let's see if you can, it is kind of deeper than the chassis, right? And then you can just kind of tuck in the little pulley, just like that. And then you can, and then there's access to your board with the USB connection, and then your SD card is right there. Then you want to kind of light up the pins. It's easy for me because I've practiced a lot. And then, this pulley, this pulley will just fold in. So, let's get back to popping this. I may run out of camera space, so there may have to be a, whatchamacallit, part 1 and part 2 video. Looks like I didn't get the battery quite in there. Let's try that again. Now, if you kind of go in and you feel like stopping like that, right, all this far out, it means you're hitting the pins. So you got to kind of turn it straight and then get it in. Don't hit that and then force it in. You'll bump the pins. And then also, before putting the speaker in, you can test to make sure you lined up the battery properly just by coming back here and popping the kill switch before you before you put the speaker back in. Okay. Now let's test it before we put the pommel on. There we go.
Like my father before me.
And so this has smooth swing on it. Pretty much standard now. Okay. So let's fire this up. So to turn it on, top of the card. Now, if you just tap it, it will turn it on. Now the crystal was designed to mimic the blade. Here's your clash. Blaster blocks. You're just tapping the aux button to do lockup, like you're locking up with another saber. You're going to hold the aux and then clash it. Now, while it's ignited, if you hold and then let go of power, you'll hear different voice fonts from whatever character you're on.
You have that power too. Confronting fear. It's the destiny of a Jedi. Your destiny.
Now, they don't go in sequence, they're kind of random, and they might repeat. Yeah, see? The only two that you can't do on demand like that are the KSith ones. The KSith ones will, you'll hear them as you cycle through all the characters. It'll sound different. Like when I turned this on, this one said, I am a Jedi like my father before me. Well, when we go to the next character, you'll hear a voice. On two of them, on the KSith ones, it'll change every time. So let's turn this off, which is, again, the top button. Now, if you want to hear music, each font character has music. When the blade is off, you're going to hold power and then let go. And it will play even if you turn it on. To get it to turn off, turn the blade off, and then you can hold power. It'll shut off. Or you can just go to the next character. Okay, now, to go to the next character, blade needs to be off, and then you hit the aux button.
I want more.
So this is Angry Anakin. This is a KSith font. So again, you don't have fonts where you can control his voice on this one. Hang on, I gotta adjust the camera really quick so I can see the time I have left for this video. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, the stand, the way I had the stand, it was blocking the time. Okay, so, anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so you can't, while it's ignited, you can't hold it down and get different voices. It'll change voice when you cycle back to Anakin, and he'll say something different. But you can do the music, again, when the blade is off. Maybe I missed that one on this font. Okay, I will have to try that, redo that. Alright, well, I'll have to redo that one. Anyway, let's demo color change. So each character font has color change. So all you do is when you have the blade ignited, you're going to hold aux and tap power. You're going to hear some kind of noise or a jingle, and then you can turn it this way, or you can turn it this way. I don't know, I prefer going like this. It's easier to me, I don't know. Then when you have a color you want, all you're going to do is you're going to, once you get there, like let's say we get here, you're going to hold the aux again, tap the power, you're going to hear a jingle or a noise, and then now you've selected the new color. These switch blocks blinkies will also color change too. And yeah. So let's see the next one. I think it might be Kylo Ren. Yep. So it's an unstable blade. Pretty cool. See if I can get that to refocus. There we go. Now my favorite is this in dark blue. Look at that. That is so cool. That's my favorite color in unstable. So if you want to hear, this is another Kyberphonics font. If you want to hear different voices while it's ignited, hold power and let go.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me. I'll show you the dark side.
And there's more than that, but for the sake of time. Oh, and then there's music, so for the music, again, blade must be retracted, hold power. Next guy should be creepy Uncle Luke.
Legacy of the Jedi is failure. Hypocrisy, hubris. At the height of their powers, they allowed Darth Sidious to rise, create the Empire, and wipe them out.
Now this is a responsive blade. Angry Anakin is also. What that means is when you have the blade on and you swing it around, the more harder and faster you swing it, the whiter the color is going to change. So it responds to how you swing it. I don't know if you could see that. And same thing, it also can color change. This one also kind of has a similar voice fonts that young Return of the Jedi Luke has on that one.
Your move.
So this is General Kenobi by KSith. Oh, looks like the two KSith ones are missing their music fonts. So I'll have to make note of that. This is another one that doesn't have the on-demand fonts. He'll change his voice when you cycle every time. Also color change. Again, all of them have color change. Oh, this battery's starting to die. I can hear it in the speaker. Vader. I don't know if you can hear the buzzing. Same thing, he's got voices you can do, music you can do. So, you know what? With that battery dying, let's swap it out for a more charged one. It gives me opportunity to demonstrate the removable battery. Tuck that down. And make sure you really kind of, I don't know if you can see this, but I kind of do like a U shape to the pulley. That way the speaker will go in easily. Let's test it to see if battery's in. Okay. Battery is in. Also, I never recommend like putting the battery in with the kill switch on, I just wait till there's a solid connection of stuff put in place and then pop the kill switch. Same thing with the battery. I wouldn't do that with a speaker. I wouldn't do that when screwing this section on. I take that back. You can have the kill switch on when putting this on, but I wouldn't have the blade ignited, just so that by the time you do, it's a solid connection. That's my recommendation for, electronic care. So, okay. Let's pop the kill switch. Actually, should have done that before I put the pommel on.
I am a Jedi.
Okay.
Like my father before me.
So we've got, let's see here. That looks so nice. And, you can even display the hilt like this, with the leg stand on either the top or on the bottom with the crystal chamber exposed. You could get a second leg stand and do it like this to see everything. Super cool. Anyway, move that back. Okay. So, again, I wouldn't put this on with this on. I would wait till it's off. And then kind of screw it on. It's a very snug and tight fit, so you may bump onto some of these things here and there, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. But again, just be gingerly with it. So you got your custom shine through there. And you've got your retention screw for the blade. You've got your Shtok Pcbs with the onboard LEDs. So again, you can even see color change throughout the whole thing. You can see all the clashing again up through there. So really great. So let's demo the blade now. The blade is also sanded with 400 grit to kind of give the texture to it and make it kind of flow, the light flow a little bit nicer. The this end was sanded down so that it's still tight, but you also are going to have an easy time sliding it, in and out. Because before, man, you had to really jam it in there, and I didn't want to use too much force. You never want to put too much force on any of these kinds of electronics. These are delicate electronics that, require patience and care. So yeah, let me get this back to green. Same thing with this connection. I wouldn't connect the blade with it on. I would connect the blade first. Sorry, I have a wall right at the end of the blade, so it's kind of hard to do this in the video. There you are. Okay. So I would make sure, pushing it down and then doing the Allen key. Now, hand snug really should be kind of enough. If you do too tight, you know, you might end up kind of pushing it through the blade, and you don't want to do that. But you also don't want to leave it too loose. So what you can kind of do is you can kind of do a little wiggle test. And if you don't feel any wiggling, or the wiggling is super minor, you are good to go. If the blade doesn't ignite when you turn it on, you may not have gone all the way in and made the connection. So undo the undo the screw, push it in, and then redo the screw a little bit. So let me move the camera, shift it over here so you can see more. All right. I'm going to kind of bring this up a little bit. Sorry, the screen may go dark to compensate for the light that it's focusing on, so I apologize. Lock up, blaster block, and then regular clashing. Now, I need two hands to do color change, so hang on 1 second. So, color change, same thing. Hold the bottom aux button and then tap the power button to hear the jingle. Now, even though you have a... here, this is the best way to show you. Now, even though you have a Photon Green blade instead of the trans white, you can still do color change, but certain colors are going to have kind of a hue of the green still on the edge of the blade, which you may or may not be seeing it very well in the video. You're going to see it more like in real life. So there's upsides to having a green photon blade. It's kind of cool, like, you know, when you're in the daytime, you've got the green. What it really also does is on the green color itself, when it's ignited, it actually kind of gives it more of a brighter, more fuller green. So let me switch over to a green. Oh, see, there's another font for Angry Anakin. Hang on. Okay, so this is green. So again, you may or may not be able to tell this in the video, but the green in a Photon Green blade, man, it is just so cool. And then when you sand it, oh man, it's just so nice and even. It's really great. This is my first Photon Green blade, and at first I was really hesitant to try it and get one, but I was like, you know what, I just want to try it. So I did, and I'm kind of glad I did, and I'm going to get one for myself as well.
Your move.
So this is Obi-Wan. So blue, but the edge has a little green to it. Oh, and another thing that you may not see very well would be the color of white on the clashing may have like a yellowy, greeny hue to it.
I am a Jedi. I want more.
Love the unstable blade. So cool. I love the way the clash releases on the unstable blade. It kind of lights, it kind of hits the whole blade. Watch. See that? It's really cool. Show you some color change. Get like a nice orange. Ooh, orange with the Photon Green blade. For whatever reason, it actually really gets rid of that extra greenish hue, and it really makes it like a sick orange color. It's pretty neat. So yeah, that really kind of sums everything up. I always try to make sure I don't like forget anything in my videos. For those who may, oh, it's still kind of tight. For those who may wonder, like swing test, I do separate videos for swing testing. There we go. So yeah, guys, I want to say thanks for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. And yeah. Thanks again, guys. Take care, and may the Force be with you.